What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ruse Reviews, and today we are chatting about Plasma by Nicholas Lawrence. So, let's get into this. So here we go, Plasma by Nicholas Lawrence. This effect has been gaining a lot of momentum, a lot of rave reviews about this going on within the Magic community, and quite rightly so. But what is Plasma? Well, Plasma is a gimmick that allows you to penetrate a Zippo lighter with either a pen, a straw, a cigarette, something of that sort of dimension, straight through the centre of a Zippo lighter. Now this can be done in your hands, or this can be done in the spectator's hands, and it is a very, very visual penetration effect. This kind of reminded me of the old block penetration with the brass block and the matchbox. And also, if you guys know this channel, you know that I'm a fan of lighter tricks. One of the first reviews I ever did was for Light It Up. But this takes the idea of the block penetration and takes it to a more modern setting, a more casual setting, which I think is perfect for the new modern close-up performer. Let's take a look at what you get. Well, you get this nice little box. I won't show you the back there because the instructions are on the back, but you get a very nice box from Illusionist. Within the box, you also get the gimmick. Now, the gimmick itself is a lighter. It's a very well made gimmick. I'm not sure if it's exactly the Zippo brand. I'm not sure of that, but I can show you what that looks like now. And it looks like this. A very well made lighter. And you can see I've been using it already. The weight of this gimmick feels great. I've got a feeling that this is going to hold up for a very, very long time indeed. As I say, it's made extremely, extremely well. The idea and the precision engineering behind this really does sort of feel like it can stand that test of time, and I think I'll be able to put this through its paces a lot more when I'm able to get back out in the real world and perform, which I cannot wait to do. Now, in the ad copy, it says that this is fully examinable, and to all intents and purposes, in this condition, it is fully examinable. But if I was to hand this to the spectators and they had an inkling of any way that a Zippo lighter would work, I wouldn't consider this fully examinable. But in the tutorial, Nicholas does go into a way which allows you to get out of the examinable situation. And I think even as a performer, I think you would have your own ways of being able to get out of handing this out to spectators in a completely hands-off way. As you know, with some gimmicked lighters, the amount of fuel that you put into a gimmick lighter is diminished quite dramatically, or sometimes you can't put any fuel in at all. This functions as a standard Zippo lighter. And I've had this lighter fuel in for a day. I've been performing this and practicing this a lot, and as you can see, it's still got a lot of lighter fuel left. So this really doesn't have the drawback that, say, Light It Up or indeed other gimmicked lighters have. That for me is a big bonus because it means I don't have to keep refilling during an event if I want to perform this. But let's get on to where you would perform this. As I say, this can be performed literally at any sort of event. So if you're casually sat around in a beer garden with friends at a pub, whatever, you can do this effect. If you're at a corporate environment and you're using the lighter to maybe light flash paper or within the course of your routine, you can then go into this during the course of that performance. Zippo lighters in themselves are kind of cool and stylish, and most people just have normal clipper lighters nowadays, but if you bring out a Zippo lighter, it's still a cool little thing, and I would have no trouble before the performance, not so much after, but before the performance, if someone wanted to light a cigarette or something like that, I would hand them the lighter and allow them to do it. But as I say, after the performance is sort of where you need to be a little bit more careful about how you let your spectators examine this lighter. As well as the gimmick, you also get a well-detailed instruction by Nicholas Lawrence and Illusionist. Now, as some of you know, the Illusionist tutorials are generally quite good. Sometimes I've had a few that the audio issue hasn't been so great, but with this one, bang on. Nicholas Lawrence, ever the professional performer, always delivers good quality tutorials, doesn't fail in this tutorial either. You get a tutorial that is split into multiple different sections, from introductions to how you set up the gimmick, how you get into the performance, and you also get a few performance ideas as well. Now the first performance idea is using a napkin. This can either be done in your hands or the spectator's hands, which I think is really cool. You also get an open performance of this as well, so you can do this in your hands without any cover at all. I think as I'm chatting about this, I'll probably overlay some footage of me performing this. This is one of my favourite performances, probably not one-on-one with a spectator, but if you can control your angles a bit better, you can get away with this performance. And he also goes into a little version with those miniature card boxes. You can get those miniature bicycle card boxes from anywhere, which kind of then throws it back to the matchbox penetration with the block. But yeah, the little card box idea is a great addition to this project. And as well as this, Nicholas goes into a one-on-one performance right at the end of this with one of the guys from Illusionist, showing you how to do the napkin version in their hands as well, which is really nice and just shows how to frame that routine with a spectator. You also get some final thoughts on how to maintain and keep your gimmick, which, as I say, will last a very, very long time indeed. There really isn't too much for me to say about this effect because it's such a simple yet creative idea. I think if you're a magician, a working magician, or even as a hobbyist, you will see the benefits of having a gimmick like this in your pocket, probably as your everyday carry. I know I have a few things as my everyday carries, and this is going to be one of those things that I'll probably add in just to see how it works. You know, I occasionally smoke if I'm out and about, not that I endorse smoking, kids, heaven forbid, but I do go out and, you know, enjoy myself, and, you know, someone else has a cigarette, I can light the cigarette, light the Zippo lighter, and then go into a performance like this as well if the, if the occasion deems fit. And there we go, guys. That was Plasma by Nicholas Lawrence. A very, very short review. And you guys know me, if the review is kind of short, it's because there really isn't too much to say, because the gimmick is expertly made. You get everything that you need right from the start with the tutorial, and you are good to go straight off the bat. You just need a bit of lighter fuel and you are sorted. If you like the performance that Nicholas does in the trailer, or maybe you like my little to-camera performance in this review, then go and buy the product if you want to be able to do that exact same thing. It's a modern adaptation, a reworking of a classic effect, which I think will fit into a lot of people's repertoires. And if not, just keep it on you, because you never know, there's going to be that moment when you're out and about, doing whatever you're doing, having a few drinks, and someone says, "Can you do a trick?" And it will be there in your pocket and you'll be good to go. There is literally no more for me to say except go out and get this product. Nicholas Lawrence has smashed it out the park again. Links are below. Like, subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Ciao.